Hey everybody, my name is Behzad.
My name is Risa.
And we are the founders of Wonder Looper. And today we're very excited to tell you about our latest creation, the FoxFibre Tsuriami T-Shirt.
Yes, we're very excited about it. It took a long time for us to develop this fabric and the product, but now it's finally ready to present to you. So like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and we'll be right back with all the specs and details about this product after the intro.
All right. Welcome back. So there's a lot to talk about with this t-shirt. There's the fiber itself and there's the construction. So we'll start off with the construction, which is Tsuriami Knitting. Now, some people might be wondering, what does that mean? What does that involve? And what it does involve are century-old knitting machines. Now, these are very old, very slow knitting machines that were imported into Japan from Europe. Basically, 100 years ago, the Europeans were like, forget these machines. They're too slow. They're too inefficient. The Japanese bought them up, and they've been using them here ever since. And that's not to say that they don't exist anywhere else in the world. In fact, they only exist here in Japan and in Germany. There's only 2 production facilities left that are still using this type of production. And these machines are hanging circular knitting machines. So the machines themselves are hanging from the ceiling and they knit very, very slowly. And this is what gives Tsuriami Fabrics its renowned texture and softness. Because it's so slow and because there's no tension put on the yarns and the fabric itself is just hanging, it makes the fabric feel light and airy and soft and stretchy. And the stretch is the important thing, because you feel like there might be stretch in the garment itself, but there is not. It's like, for example, like this particular t-shirt that we're making is 100% cotton, but the stretch is really quite nice. But the even more important thing is that it bounces back to shape.
So if you have looked at any kind of more of a chunky knit fabric, you can see that knit fabrics are made up with these loop-shaped things that are connected to each other. And the what's special about Tsuriami fabrics is that the shape of the loops are more circular than more
Oval shapes.
Right. Exactly. So the circular shapes keeps the bounciness of the fabric. It keeps the shape really well. And, you know, obviously with wear and stretches and all of those things, in the course of wearing the t-shirt, it would, the oval shape starts to, round shape starts to become a little bit more oval. But when you wash it, it just goes right back to the original shape, which is more round. So the difference between the more modern knit fabrics, machine knit fabrics, and these Tsuriamis is the shape of those loops to begin with.
Right. And the reason why on a modern machine they're a little bit more oval in shape is because there's a lot more tension put on the fabric. As it's being knit, it's actually being spun onto a roll, and that roll is what's pulling the fabric down and stretching those loops out into oval shape.
And the tension it takes to knit these fabrics at high speed as well. In comparison to more modern machines, the Tsuriami machines only knit about 1 meter of fabric each hour.
Right.
So it takes a long time, and that's part of the reason why it took us so long for us to develop these fabrics, because we wanted to go through from the process of choosing the right yarns and, coming up with the ultimate result.
Right.
And speaking of yarns, we can go right into talking about the fiber.
Right. So we're using a special type of cotton here called FoxFibre. And if you've been fans of us and if you've been following Wonder Looper for a while, you know that we're very, very big fans of this cotton. We use it in a hoodie already. We've got more hoodies to come, and we're especially excited to use it in this t-shirt. So FoxFibre is a naturally colored, organically grown, US grown cotton. And these are all very important things. Number one, US grown cotton, organic. That's the real organic, best of the best. And the naturally occurring cotton, that is so special because when you can grow the color, you don't need to dye the color. So not only are we growing it organically and very ethically and sustainably, we're also avoiding any of the things that are involved in the dyeing process as well. So you get a rich, natural color that's colored by Mother Nature herself. And I would, Mother Nature and Sally Fox, the creator, the breeder of FoxFibre. You know, she took a wild colored cotton and over decades of crossbreeding and, you know, development of this cotton created and pulled out all of these colors from nature. And she developed this cotton. And I mean, I could probably spend an hour talking about all of her achievements in the world of organic growing and this cotton, but that's another video, maybe for a live stream. But all you need to know is that we have this beautiful, naturally colored cotton, and we're so happy to use it for this T-shirt.
Yeah. And, you know, she makes more than one shade of colors, but we went with Coyote Brown.
Yes.
And we opted for the darkest shade that we could.
It's a blend, so it's an organic cotton, 30% FoxFibre, 70% blend, which makes this color tone.
Yes, the rich brown color tone.
Now, the beauty of this T-shirt is the way it feels,
Yeah.
right? I mean, there's a lot of beauty in this T-shirt, but the way it feels is very special because it is a heavier T-shirt at 228 GSM. It has a hefty feel. It has a rugged feel. On the outside, it feels tough. On the inside, it's soft. It's got neps. It still has cotton seed in there. You can't remove all the seed. So you feel, basically, you got like this earthy feel to this T-shirt, a very natural feel. And I think especially the fabric gets more and more comfortable and like more enjoyable to wear the more you wash and you wear it. You know, when you get it first, it's going to have a little bit more of a dry feel. I would recommend washing it right away and then putting it on, enjoying it. And the more you wear it, the softer it gets, the more beautiful it becomes. Risa's been wearing hers for months and months on end. She, when we made the first sample, we made it in Risa's size, and I finally was able to get mine, and I've been enjoying mine ever since. It hasn't, it barely has come off my body, except for the wash, which makes it feel even better every time.
Yeah. And the beauty of this, again, is because it's not dyed, the color change over time is a little bit different from a dyed material. Because when it's dyed, even if it's a permanent dye, over the course of many, many washes, it starts to fade. And that's, part of the beauty of, like wearing your garment for a long time, enjoying the, like aging process and stuff like that. But with this, it's somehow gets a little bit darker with washes and exposure to sun.
Yes.
And it's not necessarily that each time you wear it, it gets darker and darker in color and it becomes a completely different color or anything like that. It's very subtle, but I just, enjoy the process.
Yeah. But another important thing about FoxFibre, or Sally Fox's FoxFibre cotton, is that she bred the cotton especially to do this. So instead of the colors fading over time, they get richer over time, and this is something that took her and decades to work out. And it's a very, very special feature of this particular cotton.
You can really feel the living color in these fabrics.
And now let's talk about some of the construction details of this T-shirt. Now, we talked about Tsuriami circular knit weaving, knitting. But this T-shirt has side seams.
Yes.
Why is that?
So circular knitting is a thing even in modern machines. Most of the T-shirt materials that are made in the world currently are still knit in circular pattern. It's just that some T-shirts are made with the tube just as the body itself, or sometimes you cut the fabric and then make the panels and then make into a T-shirt. So, despite these like rumors about like, if it's not tubular body T-shirt, then that means that it's not loop wheel, or vice versa. If it's loop wheel, then you would have a tubular body. That's not really the case.
No.
It's just the matter of construction. And the reason why we opted for side seams on this product is because, in order for us to have every size of our selection in tubular body, that means that we have to have machines that are set up for our sizes, small, medium, large, extra large, double XL. And in Japan, obviously, we don't go that far into the size range. Normally. So in order for us to achieve that, it would have been a really, really difficult process. And also, because we're not selling a ton of double XL.
We'd have to be a much bigger company.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Much bigger production.
Yeah.
For this project, we just wanted to have a consistent design for each size, and we didn't want to mix it up. But we opted for the flat seam side seam. So that means that we use this vintage Union Special machines to make a seam that is not bothersome to you when it hits your skin directly.
It's absolutely as flat as possible.
It's used it's developed actually for underwear so that you don't feel the seams right up your against your skin. So it's the same. I've been wearing mine for a long time, and even though it's relatively heavyweight, this t-shirt, it does not bother me at all.
Yeah. So you're going to notice the flat seam construction not only on the sides but all throughout the garment itself. And of course, we've got the binder collar here, where you have the collar that's sandwiched in between the main fabric. And this provides, number one, a great flexibility, but it also holds its shape very well. So there's a lot of information there for you about the FoxFibre Tsuriami T-Shirt. I'm going to say that my favorite part about this T-shirt is its feel. It's a T-shirt that gets more and more comfortable the longer you wash and you wear it. The color evolves. So it's just a garment that will continue to get better and better over time. Whereas, sometimes you have products that they go this way. This T-shirt goes this way.
Exactly. What I love about this T-shirt, I think it has to be the color. It is such a rich brown hue that it's very different. I don't really have a ton of brown t-shirts in my rotation. I do have a couple of khaki and brownish colors, but this just goes super well with ikuru color things, which is also happens to be undyed.
Right.
So it's a very good match. And I don't know, I just really like the fresh color in my wardrobe.
Right. So there you have it, everybody. That should be everything. If you'd like to learn more, if there's something we forgot to cover, you can ask us here in the comment section below, or join us for one of our live streams here on the Wonder Looper YouTube channel. If you'd like to get one of these t-shirts, we've got links below to the retailer availability of this t-shirt. It'll be available at select Wonder Looper retailers worldwide. So with all that said,
I want to mention one last thing. Sorry to add. I know this is a question in a lot of people's minds.
Oh.
Shrinkage. So, we get these emails all the time. So I just wanted to address it. This fabric has some shrinkage. When you first get it, when you first wash it, you will see a little bit of shrinkage. More in the length than the width, but a little bit in the width as well.
Yeah.
But what we found out was that when you stretch the garment with hand, even after wash, what we recommend in general is stretch the fabric a little bit when it's damp between the wash and drying, before drying. But even when it's dried, you stretch the fabric, it will go
practically back to its original measurements. Maybe you'll lose about a centimeter and a half in length and maybe about the same in the width.
Right.
Not that much, just gently tug the fabric and it'll come practically back to its original shape.
Yeah.
So it does a very good job of maintaining its shape after wash. So after that initial shrinkage, it'll pretty much stay that size forever. Just after every wash, you give it a little stretcherino and you're good to go.
Yeah.
All right. So that is everything you need to know about the Wonder Looper Tsuriami FoxFibre T-shirt, available at select Wonder Looper retailers worldwide. So go out there, support your local retailer. You can shop online at wonderlooper.com. And that's everything. And we'll see you guys in the next video. All right. Thanks for tuning in, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.